Hey folks, this is Gabe at Security Brand, and we've seen a lot of what Nest has to offer on the inside of the house. Let's see what it's got for the outside with the Nest Outdoor Cam. I'm excited to jump into this review of the Nest Outdoor Cam with its Google Assistant and Amazon Alexa integrations, put it to the Security Brand Necessary Features test before finally jumping into its mobile application so you have all the information you need to make the right decision. If you'd like to see a list of our favorite home security cameras, Google Security Brand Best Home Security Cameras. If you have a question about today's review, leave us a comment and I'll get back to you. Let's put the Nest Cam Outdoor to the Security Brand Necessary Features test. Here at Security Brand, we think that every camera should have stellar video quality, two-way audio, night vision, local and cloud storage, smart platform integration, artificial intelligence, convenience, and value. A Security Brand necessary feature is stellar video quality. And what that means concretely is like to see at least 1080p high definition video and a 120-degree field of view. Now, with the Nest Cam Outdoor, we get both of those things. It has that lovely 1080p high definition video, and it actually surpasses what we expect, and it gives us a 130-degree field of view. And that's important, especially with the outdoor cam, because you may be covering an entire yard, just a particular part of a fence that you have a certain worry about. So you really want to make sure it's capturing everything. And then once you're capturing that, you can actually zoom up to 8 times with the digital zoom that comes with the Nest Cam Outdoor. So overall, it definitely passes the Security Brand Necessary Features stellar video quality test with full marks. Two-way audio is a Security Brand necessary feature, and fortunately, the Nest Cam Outdoor does come with two-way audio. Actually, the website itself has tons of videos of people using the Nest Outdoor Cam to scare away intruders, and you can do this if someone like jumps into your backyard and you want to yell at them. Hey, you can do so with the Nest Cam Outdoor, so it passes that element of the Security Brand necessary features test with full marks. A Security Brand necessary feature is night vision, and you want that night vision to be crisp and clear. And let me tell you something, growing up back down in the South, I can never remember anyone hopping a fence at any time in the middle of the night, but maybe that's just because I couldn't see them because I didn't have the Nest Cam Outdoor with this 8 infrared LEDs that ensures that anything that goes on your porch, in your yard, in your front yard, anywhere is going to be captured by this camera. So when it comes to night vision and the Security Brand necessary features test, we have to give the Nest Cam Outdoor full marks. Local and cloud storage is an element of the Security Brand necessary features test, and the first place where the Nest Cam Outdoor really begins to falter. There is no local storage option, but it does come with 3 hours of free cloud storage. Now, if you want to extend that cloud storage, it's going to cost you $5 a month for 5 days or $50 a year, $10 a month for 10 days or $100 a year, or $30 a month for 30 days and $300 a year. So when it comes to local storage, not available, and cloud storage being a bit pricey, we're actually going to give it half marks for local and cloud storage in the Security Brand necessary features test. Smart platform integration is an integral part of the Security Brand necessary features test. And with the Nest Cam Outdoor, you actually get a lot. You can not only attach it to your Google Assistant, which one would expect considering Nest is owned by Google, full disclosure, but it also integrates well with Amazon Alexa. So that means that of course you can throw your video from your Nest Cam Outdoor to your Google Chromecast, but it also means you can throw your video to your Amazon Fire TV. And not only can you integrate it with those two elements, but you can also attach it to things like your Philips Hue light bulbs. So if it captures something outside, some motion alert, you can actually have it flick on a Philips Hue light bulb on your porch. So when it comes to smart platform integration with the Nest Cam Outdoor, we're definitely giving it full marks. A Security Brand necessary feature is artificial intelligence. Now, artificial intelligence refers to things like person detection or package detection or facial recognition. And if you order the Nest Aware subscription with your Nest Outdoor Cam, you get all of that built in. You can get person detection, familiar face recognition, and that's really useful element to have with your home security system so that you can know exactly what's going on inside and with the Nest Outdoor Cam outside of your home. So when it comes to artificial intelligence and the security brand necessary features test, we're giving the Nest Cam Outdoor full marks. Convenience is a security brand necessary feature. You want your installation process to be convenient and you want just using the camera itself to be convenient. So fortunately for us and the Nest Cam Outdoor, convenience is the name of the game. Now, when you're installing the Nest Cam Outdoor, you'll take it, unbox it, plug it in, take out that Nest mobile application, use the QR code to scan it, and boom, they're integrated. You'll of course connect it to your internet and you're ready to go, at least for the first part, because of course the extra element with an outdoor cam is making sure it's properly installed wherever you'd like it to be, on your roof area or above a door. And with this, it's pretty straightforward because it is magnetic. So not only is it magnetic here, but it's also magnetic here. So if you have a magnetic surface, you can actually just place it and boom, you're finished. You're ready to go. You're watching what's happening. Now, if you don't and you would like to use the screws that it comes with, you can anchor them here and put them directly into the wall. When you're talking about length, it's also pretty straightforward. You've got 10 feet here and a 15-foot extension right here. So when you're setting up the Nest Outdoor Cam, just make sure you're close enough to an outlet, and with 25 feet you should be, to make sure you're getting it without any real pull on the cord. So overall, in terms of setting it up, it's an absolute breeze. And even using it on a day-to-day basis, it's simple because it's the same Nest mobile application that you use with your Nest Secure home security system or your Nest Hello or your Nest Cam Indoor. You get the idea. It's really robust, easy to use, intuitive mobile application. So when it comes to convenience with the Nest Cam Outdoor, gotta give it full marks. Value is a security brand necessary feature. And with the Nest Cam Outdoor, yeah, you're paying $199, but you're also getting a weatherproof marathon machine. I'm talking, you've got -4 to 104, dustproof, snowproof, rainproof. That's pretty impressive for a camera. If it's gonna stand up to the elements, I'm okay to pay for that robustness. That's what you want in your outdoor cam. And when you talk about the features that also come with it, in terms of its Amazon Alexa, Google Assistant integrations, the fact that you can do two-way audio, get that 1080p and 130-degree field of view, that's a ton of value. Now, I understand you're paying $5 to $30 more each month to get the full value in terms of facial recognition and cloud storage, but hey, I think it's still worth it because we're talking about a machine that can really provide everything you need to help keep you and your family safe. So overall, when it comes to value for the Nest Cam Outdoor, I'm giving it full marks. All right, hold on, quick break. I hope you're thoroughly enjoying our review of the Nest Cam Outdoor. If you'd like to be kept up to date on security cameras, home security systems, and all things smart home, subscribe to our channel. We're producing new content weekly. We hope you enjoy it. All right, let's get back to the video. All right, now that we've run through the security brand necessary features test, let's check out the mobile application for the Nest Cam Outdoor. Now, mobile applications are important for your cameras because it is here where you'll receive notifications, view your cloud storage, and just generally work through your app. So you want it to be an intuitive, easy experience. Now, in the Google Play Store, people seem to really like their experience with Nest. It's got a 3.8 out of 5-star rating. But in the Apple App Store, it falls flat. Over 200 reviews and it only has a 2.2 rating. But I will note that this is for every Nest product in the ecosystem. So it's not just a Nest Cam application by itself, rather it's for all Nest products. And actually here I have anecdotal experience that kind of runs counter. I actually feel like it's a pretty easy experience setting up and using the Nest app with my Nest Outdoor Cam. So let's go ahead and check that out on my iPhone 10. Here I am checking out the Nest Cam Outdoor and the Nest mobile application on my iPhone 10. Now, you'll note that I started out in the area that tells you about the various events. Now, we've already talked about getting person and motion detection alerts, And that's really the artificial intelligence element of the Nest Cam Outdoor. Now we've put it up today for a little bit of a different view. We've put it up in Brooklyn, and you'll note, it's very busy. I mean, in just the past 5 minutes, you've got 5 different events, cars, and you can even see what's happening right now. If we put this down, we can zoom in, see what's happening. We can talk to whoever's outside. Now, if I look into the top right corner, here are my various options. I've clicked that settings, and you can do a lot here. So let's go ahead and just take it one by one. Of course, camera's on and off. You can do home away assist. And this is interesting because it automatically turns the camera on and off depending on your phone's location. So if you decide to turn it on, it'll turn off the camera when you're home, and it'll make sure it's on when you're away. So let's see what that looks like. If I go out of here completely, get out of the app and go to the home page for the camera, you'll see it gives me the Nest logo. I'm at Fortress Barren, gives me the weather, 47 degrees and cloudy today. But let's go ahead and say that I'm home and see what happens to that visual that we have right below. Now I'm home and my camera is off. So I have to actually turn it on to see the live video. But instead of turning it on here, let's go back to settings, home away assist, and turn that off. So now it just stays on 24/7. Let's just say I don't mind being watched all the time. Now, if I wanted to go into notifications, I could decide what type of notifications I get. Of course, I can go into family, add anyone I'd like to the family plan so they can see what's happening. For contacts, I can add an emergency contact. And then we've got Nest Aware. Now with Nest Aware, you of course can know when people are there. You got your continuous video history. You got various types of close-ups, activity zones. But let's actually check one of those out. Let's make an activity zone. Here we are. So now here I am, create the zone. Now let's say that I want to know whenever someone walks over here by this wall, voila. Let's make it red. That's my zone 1. Let's call it green wall. Now, anytime anyone walks into that green zone, that activity zone, I'm going to know. My camera will alert me to that, which is a pretty cool element to have. So anytime anyone walks in that green zone, I'll be notified. Now, if you look on the actual screen, it doesn't make any type of difference. You don't see that activity zone, but you'll definitely get that alert, that notification if someone were to walk into that space. So here we are. You can see now that every time there's been motion in that green space, it says motion and green wall, green wall. So it's really cool that you can set up an activity zone and then immediately know when something has taken place in it. And you've named the activity zone in this particular case, so you know exactly what's going on. Now, of course, another element of the Nest Outdoor Cam beyond just these artificial intelligence and activity zones is you can set it up with Google Assistant and Amazon Alexa. So let's jump into what that looks like. Here I am checking out the Amazon Alexa integration with the Nest Outdoor Cam. So I take camera, Nest camera, and then I can enable it to use it. So here you see, I gotta give it make sure it allows them to work together. So I've linked my 2 accounts. I hit allow. And boom, my Nest camera has been successfully linked. So now I can speak directly to my Amazon Alexa. I can say, Alexa, show me outside, and I'll see outside right on my Amazon Fire TV if I want to. So that's a really cool element of setting up your Nest Outdoor Cam with Amazon Alexa. So looking at the Google Home, you'll see that I have a host of devices already in my Nest ecosystem. Family room, living room speaker, master bedroom speaker, office TV, office speaker, and office cam, and then various televisions. So if you'll look, here we have the outside cam. Now you'll note that these are devices not in a home, and they're outside. So let me hit that outside cam. And now I'm not in the Nest app, I'm in the Google Home app, and boom, you can go ahead and see right inside of that Google Home app, the view from the Nest outdoor cam. So as you can see, they're pretty seamless in terms of integration with Google Assistant and with Google Home, all of your Nest products. So that's my look at the Nest outdoor cam on my iPhone 10. Here I am checking out that 1080p high definition video with 130-degree field of view on the Nest Cam Outdoor. See, it looks pretty good. Go ahead, give it a nice little globe test. You get a good shot. You can see what's happening here. We got the subcontinent, South Asia, and Asia itself, very well represented today. Just checking it out. I'm a big fan. Love the way we got it looking. So this is what it's like when you have 1080p on the Nest Cam Outdoor. Here I am checking out the night vision on the Nest Cam Outdoor. Get 8 infrared LEDs. Look at that globe test. You can see what's going on very well here. Ooh, got a little bit of Africa, a little bit of South America. Turn it back and forth. Checking it out, zoom it in. It's pretty good look. You can see what's happening here. What are you talking about? Here I am, night vision. So that's the night vision on the Nest Cam Outdoor. Let's recap how the Nest Cam Outdoor performed on the Security brand necessary features test. Stellar video quality, full marks. The Nest Cam Outdoor has 1080 high definition video and 130-degree field of view. Two-way audio, full marks. The Nest Cam Outdoor makes it easy to listen and speak to anyone you might want to outside. Night vision, full marks. The Nest Cam Outdoor has 8 infrared LEDs to make sure you're not missing anything no matter how dark it is. Local and cloud storage, half marks. The Nest Cam Outdoor does not have a local storage option, and while you get 3 free hours of cloud storage, you can upgrade that with Nest Aware. Smart platform integration, full marks. The Nest Aware integrates with both Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant. Artificial intelligence, full marks. Nest Aware gives the Nest Cam Outdoor the ability to both person detect and recognize faces. Convenience, full marks. The Nest Cam Outdoor is easy to install and even easier to use. Value, full marks. The Nest Cam Outdoor is a little bit spendy, but definitely brings it home when you're talking about all the different features that it has. All right, I've thrown a lot of information at you today and you just want to know, Gabe, is this the right camera for me? Well, if you're already a part of the Nest ecosystem, I think it's a no-brainer. This camera has got an incredible 1080p high definition video coupled with 130-degree field of view, along with the fact that it's just rather robust and is really gonna last in basically any type of weather condition. So I'm a big fan of how it exceeds my expectations for an outdoor camera at its price point of $199. Now, if you think that you really need local storage, or you're someone who doesn't want to pay monthly for extra cloud storage or facial recognition, then sure, try out another camera. But you're gonna be hard pressed to find one that really will exceed your expectations in the way that the Nest has exceeded mine. So when it comes to overall outdoor camera, I'm a big fan of the Nest Cam Outdoor. So that concludes our review of the Nest Cam Outdoor. If you appreciated today's video, give us a like and hit that subscribe button. As always, this is Gabe with Security Baron. Be secure.